Durant has just got traded to the Houston Rockets. This is crazy. This is Kevin Durant's. He's went from the Thunder to the Warriors to the Nets to the Suns and to the Rockets. That's his 5th team in his NBA career. I guess if you want to call the Supersonics as well. I don't, because they are affiliated with the Thunder, who have just won their first NBA championship. Go check my other video out that I just posted on this channel on the same night as well about me breaking down the Thunder series. But let's get into this trade with the Phoenix Suns, with the Houston Rockets. The Phoenix Suns are trading MVP, Finals MVP, Kevin Durant to the Houston Rockets for Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, the number 10 pick in this year's draft, and 5 second-round picks. Now, first off, I personally thought, wow, that's kind of a lot for Kevin Durant. I mean, Kevin Durant is what? Let me just clarify what Kevin Durant is in age. KDH. Kevin Durant is 36 years old. He will be 37 this year. Kevin Durant will be 37 this up-and-coming year. I think that this is both a good trade for both teams. I think if you're Kevin Durant, if you're Houston, you're looking at Kevin Durant in a 3-year time span. Can the Houston Rockets win a championship in 3 years? The question then becomes, what's the competition around you? LeBron wants one more. Steph wants one more. OKC have 1 million picks, and they just won the championship with their current roster. The Wolves are good. I still think Memphis can be contenders. There's probably teams I'm even not even thinking about that are like the Nuggets, right? Jokic. And I think this, again, goes to stack the West in ways where, when is the East going to get competitive? This is getting ridiculously stacked on the West side. I don't want to rant about how the state of the NBA and divisions suck and East-West is ridiculous because the West have been good for 20 years while the East have had championship teams like Boston and like the Cavs and like Miami, but just the whole division in general just can't really keep up with how the West is 1 through 8, 1 through 10, really, really good. Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, the number 10 pick, and 5 second-round picks. Now, 5 second-round picks, you might say, wow, that's a lot of second-round picks. Second-round picks in the NBA are really, really hit or miss. Out of 5 second-round picks for Houston or for the Phoenix Suns, they're probably hoping to hit on 1, maybe 2 guys who can be like good players, and even that is really hard. Second-round picks, they have to be guys that like you have to draft for that X factor, and I don't know how many second-round pick guys are going to be that, especially guys that are going to be late in that second round, which doesn't make as much of a difference. But Jalen Green, probably the big like vocal point of this trade. Yes, the number 10 pick, in my opinion, is more valuable than Jalen Green just because there's some upside that can be found with the number 10 pick. But Jalen Green in this trade, like Dillon Brooks, who cares? They could trade him, whatever. He's just a throw-in, probably maybe contracts. I'm guessing this is where the contracts come into the deal. But I think that Jalen Green is a really tough player to trade for. Because, again, the Suns, Kevin Durant was out. You're contract dumping as the number 1 thing, and you're trying to get something back. They get the 10 pick, they get Green, they get some second-round picks. I think that this is a team that is going to be good. This is what they clearly needed. Against the Warriors, I'm looking at this Houston team, and it's who is going to score the ball. Like Sengun is terrible in terms of scoring as the pure scorer. I think Sengun, when he's got a couple other guys as guys to rely on as scorers, he can be a lot better. But right now, they needed to score, and they probably get the best pure scorer of all time. Now, is he past his prime? Yes. Do I know if he can be a winner again? I'm not really sure in terms of it's been a long time, and he's only won under the greatest point guard of all time, occupying a lot of that attention. But I still think Kevin Durant is, a top 15, top 20 player of all time. And adding him to your roster with a young team that hopefully he can mentor and guide and help, push this team to championship levels. Because, again, Houston has been searching for a long time. They really had maybe 2-3 years after Harden, after Westbrook, where they were kind of mad. But they've been chasing a championship for a long time now. And I think this is the deal that gets them probably the closest. Again, we're going to have to see how they mesh and all those things, but I think this is a win-win trade in my opinion. Phoenix Suns get rid of KD. They get stuff back. I mean, you hit on one of the second-round picks. You maybe get a good player in the 10th pick, and you look to develop Jalen Green. The Suns have said they are not going to trade Jalen Green, which I think is an interesting decision when nobody's taking Bradley Beal. Are you want to keep your franchise player in Bradley Book, and Bradley Book and Booker, but like you're gonna run 3 small guards. You're not gonna put Green on the bench. Like you're gonna put Jalen Green on the bench for Devin Booker and Bradley Beal. Like it just doesn't. It doesn't make sense. And again, like Miami was the only other team looking for this KD deal because contracts are so crazy in the NBA for like contending teams. Like Boston, we might see trades and pieces this year because their salary cap hit is going to be like insane. So again, I think this is a very weird trade in terms of I don't feel like there's a real winner. You know, when we talked about different trades this year, the Luka Doncic trade, it was so, here's a franchise player, if he re-signs, this is a Lakers win by a million miles. How many more years does KD have in the tank that really makes this deal? And how good this Houston team is, of course, that's a big factor of it, but KD has 2 more years in him. He has 3, he's 4, but at what level is he playing is going to be the real question for this trade. I like this trade for both teams. I think Houston gets a lot better. They get the scorer they need. I think the Suns get something out of KD. I think both these teams win. And yeah. Crazy. Crazy Game 7. Thunder almost choked. Go check that video out. If you enjoyed this one, remember to like and subscribe. See y'all on the next one. Peace.